Wow. Much has changed in a matter of years. I used to watch H3H3 all the time. I used to watch H3H3, iDubbbz, some great YouTube legends, which have inspired me myself to come on YouTube and do some goofy shit. Oh, how things change. H3H3 used to make fun of people on YouTube. He had a time where he was making fun of, crazy feminists on YouTube. If I remember correctly, here was the order of events. He started his own podcast because you make more money, you make more content, it's a lot easier to produce, you don't have to do nearly as much editing, and that pretty much became what he did. He just made a podcast for a long time. If Joe Rogan can do it, then why not me? And then he decided to have Trisha Paytas be his co-star. That was a major monumental mistake. I hated that he did that. I always found Trisha Paytas to have, to put it lightly, some issues. She clearly has issues with attention. That's fine, I guess. Trisha is a little bit unaware of some of the things she does. She has emotional issues. I truly believe that, and I think it's on full display. Having Hasan Piker be his co-host, it went completely off into the deep end. Hasan Piker is a self-proclaimed propagandist. Hasan is a major planet-scale hypocrite. Hasan Piker is worth millions of dollars, and he hates capitalism and all these things. He's just a full-scale piece of shit. H3H3 went from someone that I kind of looked up to someone that was very different. I can come to terms with someone changing. I'm going to change in a few minutes. I'm going to go to work. iDubbbz is a whole other can of worms, but pretty much iDubbbz used to be very edgy and very offensive and very funny, and now he looks like a lesbian, and he outwardly disavowed and insulted all of the people that like him. He said specifically he doesn't like his fans, and he regrets doing a lot of the things he did. H3H3, Ethan Klein, has a tendency to associate with people that he later regrets associating with. And all the while, it's just very obvious. It's hard for me to have sympathy for him when it's like I'm watching a horror movie. Don't go in the dark room alone, and then someone jumps out and attacks you, and it's like, I was telling you, you idiot. I was screaming at the screen. Why didn't you hear me? But unfortunately, sometimes people need to learn things the hard way, and he learned the hard way, dealing with people that weren't really that good for him. I mean, maybe views-wise they were, and at the time he made a lot of money, for years. But now he regrets it. Okay? Let's take a look.
We were doing our regular show, and for the first time I noticed an inordinate amount of radical, hardcore leftists. I mean, I thought we were social democrats, not whatever this was. I don't hate the idea of people who can be successful. I think it's good that people can achieve success in the term monetary success. I mean, that's what that means, right? I do. There's nothing wrong with that.
Because I see so many people in the chat saying no.
I don't know what y'all are tripping about. What the fuck do you want?
What is the idea that
you guys
people are looking for?
You guys are all radical communists? There's that many radical communists? Suck it, chat.
If you're in a socialist country with multiple parties, and one of the parties is a capitalist party, which would surely exist.
Yeah.
What would you do if that party started gaining momentum?
The solution to that would always be education and offering more
re-education?
Re-education, certainly, yeah. There should be an enforcement mechanism, and in that enforcement mechanism, I think rehabilitation, which would include re-education as well.
H3H3 is realizing that his audience is becoming communists. It's shocking to me that Ethan is shocked that his audience has become mostly female, mostly communist, mostly woke left-wing people, when H3's entire show is either, one, criticizing other people and trying to call for them to be taken down, two, he has Trisha Paytas on the show, who's a drama hurricane, three, Hasan Piker, who is a far-left extremist. I thought he was okay with this. I thought that this was the direction he wanted to go, which is why I stopped watching. Bro, Hasan Piker is a classically far-left political commentator. Like, do you look into any of these people at all before you have them on the show?
Then I saw clips like this where Hasan is explaining how he's hiding his power level to funnel in normies into radicalization.
I think that in the short term, in order to combat against that, you have to advocate for a much lighter form of propaganda. You want America, in the way that I feel about it, and if you want America to get out of the way for places with more revolutionary potential to do what they would normally do, I think that, you know, one thing you have to do is advocate for a lighter form, while simultaneously still doing agitated propaganda that goes beyond, you know, social democratic ideas.
I just wanted to put emphasis on the exact point of the so-called radicalization funnel, where, for example, Hasan and JT catch them while they're young, as they say, and then they start looking into this new idea, etc., and then move forwards through the funnel, get more and more informed, get more and more radicalized. You do your part in the funnel for the cause, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You're doing, in my modest opinion, a great thing for the cause.
Now listen to Hasan during our very first conversation lie to me about how he's a social democrat to hide his power level.
We should move towards a Sweden-style economy or a Norway-style economy, which would be a social democracy. You have to advocate for a much lighter form of propaganda with robust social safety nets.
Called radicalization funnel, catch them while they're young, as they say.
And protections for workers, like higher unionization rates. A lighter form, while simultaneously still doing agitated propaganda that goes beyond social democratic ideas.
Hell, he's proclaimed it loudly that he is a self-described propagandist.
I'm a propagandist.
Well, no.
For the record.
I'm not calling you
that.
I'm just saying. I'm going to play you.
I'm saying I am.
Okay, well then I want to
I'm saying I am.
I just
before
want to
you even play it.
A propagandist is much more than someone with a bias. It's someone who knowingly lies to further their political agenda.
And then I had a terrifying vision. Had I been duped?
Yeah.
Was Hasan presenting a Trojan horse to my community, where he was just a left-leaning Democrat like myself, and as he said in the previous video, was funneling them into radicalization? And
I thought you knew. I thought you were heading towards the woke radical left ideology. I don't know if I believe you. I think that you are perfectly okay with the direction that this was heading. Suddenly Hasan is talking about how he hates Israel and he hates Israeli people and things like that. And now suddenly the ideology that you actually do believe is being shattered because of that.
Liberals are some of the easiest to manipulate people on the fucking planet, dude.
I learned how much he hates liberals.
Dude, I hate liberals, dude. I hate them. I hate them so viciously.
Did he secretly despise me this whole time?
I'm sorry, dude. I hate liberals so much.
Did this man sit next to me for 2 years and pretend to be my friend?
Dude, liberals are a burden on this planet, dude.
Liberals are the most, scummy, vile, fucking idiots.
Liberals are incredibly stupid. I hate these petulant liberals, dumb fucking liberals.
What else is someone this sociopathic capable of?
Liberals are some of the easiest to manipulate people on the fucking planet, dude.
Was I being manipulated this whole time?
Yes.
that was my fear anyway. Regardless of his true beliefs, that broke my trust in him, and I pretty much ended the show immediately. And I felt guilty for my participation in mainstreaming Hasan. And for that, I apologize.
Years of him on the show. You didn't have an issue with it before. Now you suddenly do. I don't believe that you were oblivious. You're not a stupid person. You've been on the internet for a long time.
Dan Clancy, CEO of Twitch.
Let me read you an excerpt from a recent interview Dan did. Not a gamer himself, Clancy mostly watches musicians or talk shows on Twitch. He particularly enjoys leftist political commentator Hasan Piker. I like the frankness and the bluntness. He's comfortable saying whatever he believes. Don't you think that might be part of the problem there, Danny boy?
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
By speaking what he believes, he should be on Rumble with the other fringe radical political streamers. But no, not under Dan Clancy's watch. Dan has elevated him to the status of Twitch Golden Boy. And if you still have doubts, let this settle the matter. Just for clarity, Dan Clancy is the one filming and singing in this video.
Happy birthday to you.
What the fuck?
Happy birthday to you.
Bro, we're never beating the Hasan runs Twitch allegations after this. This is crazy. Oh my God.
Happy birthday, dear Hasan.
This is crazy.
Happy birthday to you.
I'm cooked. I'm cooked.
Happy birthday from Twitch, Hasan. Happy birthday from Twitch.
I've been looking around and I genuinely have never seen another video like this anywhere, where Dan Clancy or any top executive forced all these poor sons of bitches during their lunch break to gather around in the crew room and sing happy birthday for Hasan Piker. How humiliating is that? There's also a small issue of Dan being a total creep.
Want to explore clips?
That's very nice.
And now you have a clips feed. Okay? Suppose you want to check out the stories to see what you missed yesterday. You click there, and now you're in your stories feed. Okay?
Okay.
So Dan Clancy is the CEO of Twitch. This is news to me, but this makes a lot of sense. Why people like Amaranth are allowed to jiggle their boobs and pretty much promote their porn on Twitch to everyone and anyone. These people are promoted, not just allowed, they're promoted on the website to do what they're doing. Hasan Piker is allowed to watch terrorist videos and promote terrorist organizations. See, on one hand, I would say that I don't care. I think that everyone should allow to share things like this. They should be allowed to say and watch all sorts of things, jiggle their titties, or watch a crazy violent video on Twitch. I would say that. However, Twitch doesn't agree. Their terms of service says that these are things that are against their terms of service, but they turn not just a blind eye, they completely contradict their rules to protect people like Hasan Piker and all these big booby bitches. This is a blatant, hands inside bias by the CEO of Twitch. This guy loves big boobies and he loves big terrorism. If only we could have Amaranth's big titties love terrorists and wear a puka shell necklace like Hasan Piker, I think we'd be fucking in gold. A few days ago, Ethan now uploaded this video where he is being harassed by Child Protective Services because people didn't like his last video about Hasan Piker.
I knew this content nuke was going to draw a lot of negative attention, seeing how extreme Hasan and his fan base are and his orbiters. But the lengths to which they've gone to harass us and get revenge for going after their god king Hasan has frankly gone beyond any type of point of civility and humanity, to the point where they're calling CPS, Child Protective Services, to come to our house and break up our family. On Friday morning, an agent showed up to our house saying that they had received an anonymous tip that our children were crawling around in dog shit, eating dog shit, and contracting diseases. Not only have they called CPS on us, now they're starting to try to call in a 5150 to get me committed. But don't worry, guys. Denims says, even if this did happen, it's nothing to worry about because children actually don't remember anything. Isn't that fucking awesome? Look at this. It might be the dumbest, most pathetic thing I've ever heard in my life. Here's Denims. On the floor. And then the part that, in my opinion, crossed the line was like, so I'm going to visit your kids at school and ask them questions. And I says, you're not fucking doing that.
No,
I mean, we both were like, that's not happening. You're not going.
Terrifying.
You are not doing that. So he agreed to come visit our house
back next week
when the kids are at home because he needs to fucking interview our kids as a matter of procedure.
But I was like, I really don't want you to create any bad memory here for them. Like, they are 5 and 3. they don't understand this shit.
Create any bad memory for them. You're not forming memories at 3 years old, and it's very rare that you're forming memories at 5 years old. Now, yes, you are. No, you're not. When we're talking about being able to remember, being able to recall memories, it's like 4 is the cutoff. But even if you are forming any memories at 4, you're not going to be able to remember them past like 15.
I mean, I don't see an issue with that. She has big boobies, so I listen to her.
You have maybe 1 or 2 memories. Talking to a random stranger once isn't really memorable for a kid. There's a wide variation about the mean across methods, cohorts. The average age of adults' earliest memories is 3.5 years old. You're not really forming memories at 3.
You literally just read out of your mouth that the average adult starts forming memories at 3. What is happening? What universe do we exist in where this is a popular creator? How exactly am I supposed to get through to a person and convince her wrong when she's literally disproving herself on her own stream and then ignoring what just came out of her mouth 5 seconds earlier? Her defense for sending the CPS to break up our family and to interrogate our 3 and 5-year-old is that, don't worry, kids don't remember stuff, which just also, besides being pathetically, sociopathically insane not to care about the well-being of kids, just demonstrably false. Everybody knows that the most formative years of a child's life is around that age of 4, 5, 6, 7, when kids really take in their environment and develop who they become as people. Pretending as if interrogating my 3 and 5-year-old sons couldn't possibly cause any damage because they can't remember is the most insane, monstrous thing I could even imagine somebody to say about this. And it's just, beyond being insanely dumb, it's just callous, pathetic, and, well, really speaks for itself. It's the dumbest thing I think I have ever heard.
The only reason people listen to her is because she's got a nice, big old, plump, juicy titties. That's the only reason people listen to her. That's it. I miss the old H3H3. He 180'd to being woke, and now he's 180ing back, and he's like, actually, the woke people are all just communist. What happened? Yeah. There are a lot of people who are very stubborn with their beliefs, even their beliefs that they just made up to justify their heinous actions in that very moment. And even as they disprove it to themselves, live, in front of everyone, right now, they're still like, no. But she's got big titties, though. You can't compete with the tits, H3. You lost weight. Maybe if you still had the moobs, people would still be behind you. Talking shit on the internet can be fun, and expressing yourself in any capacity freely is essential. But you're calling Child Protective Services to pull this man's children away from him because he has a different political belief system than you?
Reddit.
Just to give you an idea about the CPS thing, here's an excerpt from the new Snark page, an exchange of great minds. All I know is that the more he's fucked with, the less he pushes Israeli propaganda. Therefore, I can only conclude that it is a good thing and that it must continue. The ethics of it mean absolutely nothing to me. A response? You summarized it pretty much. Has Reddit done anything? Despite us complaining, making noise, reaching out for the past 2 years about this Snark community? Worse. I believe, and I will show you why, that Reddit is colluding with, protecting with the moderators of this Snark community. I believe that there's admins that work inside of Reddit that are members of this community and actively protecting it. I will show you my evidence. H3 mod announcement. We're back after a much needed break. We are just a group of volunteers and we appreciate your patience. Our relationship with Reddit is currently better than ever and we're in good communication with the admins. Now that to me stood out quite tremendously considering that our subreddit with 600,000 users, the second biggest podcast subreddit on the entire site behind Joe Rogan, has never had contact with admins. They have never reached out to us. But why is it that the admins are in constant contact with this small niche subreddit dedicated to harassing people, but we, one of the biggest subreddits on the website, have not heard a single word from them ever. When someone created a snark page dedicated to Hasan Piker, it was immediately deleted for harassment.
Reddit. I have my own video explaining why Reddit is a fucking dumpster fire. They just don't like you. That's what it is. I've dealt with this firsthand. I said a bad word on Reddit while I was streaming, and the process thereafter was a fucking disaster. I've never said this before, but when I was banned on Reddit for making a joke about how my fictitious son was a midget, I was contacted by moderators. I had all these conversations with them. They were just kept denying me and disrespecting me. They even tried to contact me directly after I uploaded the video. They took my video down and said it was harassment. Bro, it's North Korea. It's North Korea. This is the part I've never said. I lost sleep. I didn't sleep for days because of that. It's not someone on the internet criticizing me that bothers me. It's not. It really never is that bothers me. I get it still to this day. People going, you're not funny, you suck, you're ugly. You have to expect that going into the internet. That's what the internet is. It's this, vortex of all these different people saying shit. That's what it is. That's what it always should be. People should be allowed to say what they think. That's not what bothers me. The antithesis of what I just explained, that's what bothers me. The ability to not say what you want. The ability to not make your jokes. The ability to not express yourself. When somebody gets their hands on a keyboard and on a little bit of power, they will fucking destroy you. They will ruin your life. They don't even think about it. They actually think that they're doing the right thing. They think you have this political belief about Israel or Palestine. You said the word midget. You are an evil person. You are bad. You're hate speech. You're a bigot. You're a sexist, racist, homophobic, Nazi, whatever. They will throw any number of buzzwords and they will completely ignore their terms of service and their rules. They'll completely ignore them. They don't care. They'll interpret it in whatever way they want. It's like a religious text to them. They will interpret it in any way that justifies their own fucking worldview, and they will take you down. And if, God forbid, you stick your head up just a little bit to say, hey, that's not fair, this is what happened, they will fucking stomp on you and crush you. It's their clout against your clout. That's the way they see it. They don't see it as making the website open, free, fair, accessible, and all these things. They see it as they are a hero. They themselves, the moderators, are like a user that has a reputation to protect.
At first, I thought I was crazy. I was like, there's no way Reddit is actually colluding to protect them. But after 2 years passed and the shit just keeps piling up, there's literally no other conclusion that could explain this. In my content, Noob, I explore the idea that Twitch has been ideologically captured, and the people in that company are using their terms of service selectively as a form of activism. They come down hard against people that they disagree with politically, and they ignore, protect, elevate the people that they do agree with politically. I started running reruns of Content Nuke on my Twitch channel as a form of protest, being petty, honestly, and just wanting people on Twitch to see the video I made. Well, wouldn't you know it, if on the same day we launched it, our stream was closed for 30 days. We got a suspension for 30 days. That's pretty severe. What is it that we did wrong? Encouraging or glorifying extreme violence. So to get this straight, my video showing Hasan supporting terrorism got me a 30-day ban for encouraging and glorifying extreme violence. Hasan's footage of him doing it on their platform and actually encouraging terrorism, no punishment. How the fuck can you be this blatantly, pathetically obvious? They don't care. Nothing's changing. They don't care. They're spitting in our fucking face. They're flaunting it. They don't give a fuck. I got banned for 30 days for showing his content that he wasn't punished for. Make it make sense. And, people go, oh, it was automated. It was probably a mistake. Well, fair enough, right? And that's why I appealed it. And within a few hours, I got the answer on the appeal. Your account was recently suspended for encouraging or glorifying extreme violence. A member of our team has reviewed your appeal, and after taking a look into the details of your case, we have determined that your account will remain suspended due to your violation of our community guidelines. I have never been so black-pilled in my life. I feel like I am trapped and that the world has gone fucking insane.
Most people who hear about someone being banned on the internet, they'll be like, oh, that sucks. That's weird. Anyway, it's not until you're actually banned, that you're actually punished for doing nothing wrong, that it feels like shit. Have some smug little fat bastard tell you that you're a bad person because you have an opinion on something or you make a joke. It's obvious, right? Now I will make Twitch and Reddit in my image. When something goes up that I don't like, I'll just take it down. They can't do anything about it. There's no one above me.
Now, I know they're both San Francisco-based tech companies, but did you know that these two companies in San Francisco, their headquarters are blocks away from each other? It's just interesting. It's just interesting because it shows there's some culture happening in this tech space.
Oh my God,
I think that these people are all very similar-minded. I think that's what this is telling me.
You're telling me that it's all woke people over there? You're telling me it's all woke people in charge of these companies who are pulling people down for disagreeing with them? People have been warning you about this for a very long time. Even Jordan Peterson was like, watch out, these people will hold you to a higher and higher standard of virtuism until it's completely impossible to keep up with it. I mean, I'm surprised though. I'm surprised that he's taking back a lot of the fucking shit he's said and he's done. H3H3 is fucking awesome to me. I really like this guy. I really like his old shit. And he's just gone downward spiral into the belly of the woke.
At what point has this gone too far? And how much worse can it get before something is done about it?
And that is the end of the video. I'm going to answer that question for you. I have been saying this for years, and I'm going to say it now just to finally have it out there on the internet. It is not until the cancel culture and wokeness comes for you that you realize how bad it is. It's not until you get canceled, you get censored, you get muted or banned on a website that you realize, oh wow, there's like, it's actually really bad. It's actually really not good to control people like this. It doesn't feel very good, and it fucks with you a little bit. Not just in a people making fun of you kind of way. I need to make that abundantly clear. I mean people who are taking away your ability to participate on the website. They are banning you. You're done. And they'll give you a whole receipt on why you're banned, and it won't make any sense.
And, looking forward to questions.
Let's take a look at some of the questions they got. This person asked, do you plan on addressing the anti-Semitism problem? Dan's response, permanent ban. Why do you not ban streamers that show terrorist propaganda on your website? Good question. Permanent ban. Do you care to comment about the ADL and anti-Semitism on Twitch? Ban. Why the fuck is the CEO banning people for asking reasonable questions about a relevant controversy they've been in? What the fuck is this? These are not even written in a mean way.
And it doesn't matter if they're woke. It doesn't matter if they're left or right or whatever. It just so happens that this is the guy who's in charge, and he's a fucking asshole. He's a piece of shit. He's controlling what people are allowed to say and do on his website. Not from a protective standpoint, not from a typical filtering out, threats and things like that. You are not allowed to do and say what I don't want you to say if it interferes with my own personal political beliefs outside of the website. I go home and I watch the news, and if you don't like the same news channel as me, I'm going to remove you. If you say a joke I don't like, I'm going to remove you. If I get offended, if I go, ooh, I'm a little uncomfortable, I'm going to ruin your income, your ability to participate on this website. This website, which is about streaming, which is about making people laugh, which is about informing people or talking with people. You use this as a part-time job, a full-time job. I'm going to take you off of the website forever because I don't like you. I miss the old H3. I miss the old iDubbbz. I miss a lot of things. I miss my hair. There are a lot of people who have never been censored themselves who are in control of censorship. They are the new censors. Can we bring the Denims girl back on with her big titties? I don't care how many, terrorist groups she sticks up for. As long as she's got big milkers, that's all Dan Clancy cares about.